Yo, let that be the last time you curse at me, puto.
No, because I don't like when you are you ready. And motherfucker, I was born ready. Nigga, just hit the record button and let's get the show on the road.
Woo, 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 woo! Chris is not only a client, but he's a president for Hair Club for Men.
I don't use that's no fun. I don't use no products or nothing. This is all me, man. Shit.
Yo, what's the spray in? The black spray, the Sheen? You're using the Sheen?
I don't use none of that.
Another one.
God did.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Breeze Shooters podcast show. And this is a remote recording from our houses. But we do have a live in studio guest. Well, we have a live Zoom guest. But before we do that, today's show is brought to you by the Social Notion Network, a network of creators, influencers, movers, and shakers. I'm your host, Lou, joined by my very good friend.
Not also a client.
Hair Club for Men, president.
God did.
Another one. Mr. Chris Soto's in his house. What's up, everybody? Oh, like I said, today we have the talented Jenicia Garcia from the Bronx. Probably known more for her podcast show on the Block with Jen, and she's been on numerous films with 50 Cent, a lot of other acting gigs. You can find some of her films on Amazon, Hulu, and so forth. I'll let her speak to it, but she's going to be joining us shortly.
You know what? You know how we're going to promo this, right? Just Jenny from the Block. They don't have to know which Jenny. I'm on fire.
Another one.
God did.
Yo, you're a damn fool. Yo, so what's going on, man? How's everything?
No, you know what, Lou? I wanna apologize. I feel a little bit dumb. You know, I come with you with what I believe is current events. Go, Lou. that those fellow podcasters with the show, you know, Jesus and Mero, I tell you, oh, Lou, can you believe they broke up? And you look at me with I don't want to say disgust, but you look at me with a face that like, Chris, this happened like 6 weeks ago, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
It happened a while ago. Just lift the curtain a little bit. So me and Chris, we're spitting ideas before the show, you know, pre-gaming, and Chris is like, yo, you know what we should talk about? Thesis and Mero, they broke up. I said, Chris, that happened more than 4 weeks ago. Well, you know, I'm exaggerating, probably 3.5 weeks ago, but he's saying it like he just heard it right now, like it's breaking news. Let's go. It's trending. That's what we're going to jump on. Let's get on that.
Hashtag Jesus and Mero.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, they broke up. The duo, which is out of New York City. They started off, I think, on Twitter, and then it kind of then they went to the Bodega Boys. That was the name of their podcast show, and that led to Vice. That led to something with the Red Bulls, and then eventually they ended up on Showtime, and they were doing pretty well for themselves. And then Kid Mero released a statement. He said, "Yo, that's it. It's a wrap. We're not going to do this anymore. I hope you enjoy our catalog." You know, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. And then later on, I read that New York Times, I think they did a piece on it, and they interviewed him, and he pretty much said that it had something to do with the manager, and
the Showtime executive is what I read.
Yeah, but there was somebody that was like causing a wedge between the duo, and they weren't seeing that. Yeah, they weren't seeing that. But they said they're going to continue to support each other's projects, but they just decided that it's best.
Let me ask you this: since you're the one, you're the I don't like to say you're the brains behind the operation, but you're the one that you read a little bit more than I do. How long was what's that kombucha? You drinking kombucha, man?
Oh man, I didn't even think you knew about that, man. Yeah.
Wow.
The brew doctor, a little kombucha.
Holy, there we go, Lou. How you like it?
It's good. I do this all the time.
Kombucha. No, this is the first time I see you.
Yeah, it was. I don't like to
Well,
show you. I don't like to show you stuff because then we get pop-ups. Be like, hey, where do you keep the kombucha?
And going back from the squirrel, the kombucha was the squirrel. They got me off for the question I was going to ask you.
There's always a squirrel.
I believe they were doing that thing for over 8 years. Am I?
No,
in order to get where they got to, it took them a little bit of a.
Well, you know what they were
like
doing.
Vice and Showtime. I'm guessing that's the next level type shit. So before they got to Vice and Showtime, do you have a time frame?
I don't have the time frame, but it was definitely years in the making. They like I said, they were doing the Bodega Boys. That was their podcast. But I think how they really got popping was on Twitter. They used to do, I don't know, like little clips or whatever. And then from there, they got their podcast, which I think it was shot by at the Red Bull studio. And then from there, it grew. It just grew, and they ended up on Vice. To get on Vice, Chris, is huge. It's huge. They were doing that, and then from there, Showtime. So
I thought to get on Vice, all you gotta do is either kill somebody or be on drugs, and Vice will get you.
Well, it depends. Do you want to be a host, or do you want to be the subject?
The subject of the topic.
Oh,
yo, do we have a Twitter feed, Lou?
Yes, we do. If you haven't, check us out on Twitter. I'm glad you're so in tune with the show, man. Which Chris Briggs is actually took a
God damn.
Another one. That's one of the side effects from the Sheen. It penetrates the scalp, and you lose your damn mind.
No, that kind of kitchen pastelillo hits you right.
Shout out to Kana's Kitchen. They took care of us last week. Really good time with them. That episode should be dropping.
It dropped already.
Yeah. Hey, so Chris, let's reflect on that. How was your infused food? How did you feel? Nice? Like, what? Take us through it.
All right, I'm a newbie, and since I'm not a
connoisseur,
they threw that word around a lot. God did.
Another one.
So I took half of the pastelillo. Lou, pastelillo was banging.
Let's bring in our guest.
What happened?
Wow!
She came in hot.
I always come in hot. What temperature? Hot.
Yo, I listen. This is the first time the BX has invaded my bedroom. I mean, that backdrop is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Jenicia Garcia, to the Breeze Shooters podcast. I'm sorry, say it again.
Jenicia.
And I told him. Jenicia. I told him Jenicia.
Yeah, you were right.
And when she said it, it's beautiful. That name is very beautiful. How you doing, Ma? Thank you for joining us.
I'm chilling. I'm hype. I'm ready. I'm like, yo, I like to be with my people, so I'm very, very happy about this.
Wepa, mira eso. So, Jen, let's start. What part of the Bronx you're from?
Oh my God, all over. Last time I lived there, I moved out 5 years ago.
Okay.
But I grew up on 170th and the Grand Concourse, Walton Avenue. Then from there, I moved to Davidson and Burnside. And then from there, I moved to Fordham, 183rd and Sedgwick near Fordham. And then the last time I lived in the Bronx was the South Bronx. I was on Prospect Avenue.
Wow. Woo. Wait, who are you on the run from? Bill collectors?
Nobody. Like, Puerto Ricans, we move like crabs. We go sideways.
100%. I lived for about 4 years. I lived in 140 East 149th in St. John's.
Okay.
For about 4 years, Then bill collectors came, so my mom had to move.
Where are you guys now? Are you still in New York?
I'm in Jersey. He's in Brooklyn.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Y'all East Coast. I'm West Coast now. I'm West Coast.
Well, how you like it? How you liking it over there?
I love it. It's a good, I needed it. Born and raised in the Bronx. I needed the space. I needed the break. You know what I mean? Because I was Bronx, 456 train my whole life.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Buildings, traffic. So I was like, and plus it's closer to, my business, entertainment. It's not as expensive. I'm in Las Vegas. So it's not as expensive as LA, but it's just like LA. It's a 45-minute flight. So it worked for me.
Oh, nice.
Well, my trip to Las Vegas was very expensive. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was the coke and hookers.
Casinos.
No, that's the coke and hookers.
Yo, my kids are watching, bro. What are you doing?
Wait, are we live right now?
Yes, we are.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
So, Jen, I'm looking at your bio. You're an actress, you're a host, you're a writer.
Yes.
But I see you in the comedy lane, though. Do you do comedy as well?
I do. I write comedy. I actually wrote a series, a dramedy. So, my whole life, people have been telling me I should do stand-up and I should do comedy. I just don't have a passion for stand-up, right? Okay. I'm just funny amongst my friends and my people, but I don't have a passion for comedy. Some people have a passion for comedy. I have a passion for acting and for writing. I'm just naturally funny, and that's okay. But I don't want to be, a funny thing happened to me today on the way to that's not me. Respect to comedians because it is a craft and it's a skill, but I'm not interested in pursuing it.
Got you. So tell us about your acting career. I know you did some work with 50 Cent. What project do you work on with him? And I heard it was more than one shoot, right? It was like a series.
Yes. I worked with him. Actually, they were looking for, it's funny, they were looking for a stunt woman. I am not a stunt woman, but my friend who is a stunt man, a real Hollywood stunt man, he does stunts for Jamie Foxx and Tyler, like he's a real deal stunt man. He called me up and he was like, hey, 50 Cent needs a girl to take a fall, right? And I know you don't do stunts, but I can teach you. And I was like, it's 50 Cent. I'm in there. So I went to the set. It was for 50 Cent was doing comedy skits. And I had to play someone that he slapped and I rolled down the stairs.
Wow.
So when I got there, because I'm not trained to do stunts, we had to switch it up. And he was like, well, why don't I throw her down the stairs? And I was like, excuse me, I'm standing here.
He's ruthless.
So they brought out the gym mats, the big pads, and put them at the bottom of the stairs. I was padded up pretty well, though. I had a bubble coat on, basic New York bubble coat. And I was padded up. They had like a brace, to protect my back and my arms and what have you. And 50 Cent I'm only 115 pounds, mi gente, okay? Wow. So 50 Cent picked me up and literally threw me down the stairs, like airborne, and I hit the mats. And they removed the mats, and then they, cut to the next frame. So
how many takes?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I hope. One. Yeah, you got it right on the first one. Smart girl.
One take. And then I worked with him again with the same hookup in a music video called Na Na Na. And it was basically the same thing, but this time 50 Cent killed me. He had to kill me, so I had to run from him. He had a knife. And I was supposed to get shot, but believe it or not, 50 Cent did not want to, he didn't want me to get dirty with the blood packs. He was like, it's not necessary for us to get the blood all on her. So I'm just gonna chase her with a knife and she could run out of frame. And the interesting thing about 50 Cent is that he was so professional and focused. I didn't know what I was walking into. I know the 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. I know the 50 Cent that's always trolling people online. So I was a little nervous because I was intimidated. I was like, I don't know what he's going to act like. I don't know if he's going to be disrespectful. I keep it 100. Okay. But he was so professional and so focused. And I was impressed. So the 50 we all know and love is, complete 180 from the 50 on set. On set, he is business. That was my experience. And that made me comfortable. I was like, okay, he's about his business. So now I could work. you know what I mean, without worrying about, any other extra stuff.
Nice. Have you tried to reach out with any of the current projects he has going on? Because he has a lot happening.
I have not. There's so much going on with his projects, and so many people are telling me, hey, reach out, but I have not. Crazy as it sounds, I have not, because I've been in and out of acting, and now I'm back in full throttle, and now I'm building my network again, and I got some nice situations coming down the pipeline.
Okay.
And hopefully, who knows, hopefully 50 Cent will be on that list, because he has a lot going on.
He does.
He really does. Right now, the timing is perfect. Right now, the timing is perfect because he has multiple projects going on, movies. So, and I think he has his new thing, Tycoon, that's dropping. So the guy is very busy. So, I mean, you should tap into that, that relation. Hey, remember me?
For real, like,
you threw me from the stairs?
Remember me?
It's the superhero. It's the superhero. Because every time he sees me, he calls me the superhero.
Oh.
He's like, you still look like a superhero. And I was like, I gotta hit him up. It would be great to work with him again, because the projects that I worked with him on were very short. You know what I mean? They were short projects. He has whole, hip hop novelas out. Yeah. But my very, very first acting gig ever was through La Mega, believe it or not. La Mega in New York City announced auditions, and my cousin heard the auditions and called my mother. My mother called me and was like, mira que en La Mega, que van a... And I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? There's an audition. So, I looked into it, and I went down to the audition, and the girls were around the corner. And I went in unprepared in my jogging pants, and I'm like, who I got to talk to? Because I want I auditioned, and I landed the role. It was called Carlito's Angels, and it was a spoof on Charlie's Angels, but 3 ghetto girls in the hood. Wow. And Charlie was in jail. So he would call Colette and send us on missions. But that was my very, very first acting gig ever. And it did well. We shot for a month, but that was my very first time out the gate.
And was that a Spanish film or?
No, it was in English, but you can get it in Spanish too.
No, because I said it looked like it came through the Mega, so I thought it would have been like a Spanish film.
But it was Spanglish. You could say it was Spanglish, but it was mostly English. But the whole cast was Latin. It was an interesting experience. I'll say that.
Gotcha.
It was interesting.
So, Jen, let me ask you: what do you have any formal training, acting training? Or...
I do not. I don't have any formal training. Right. My belief is we're all actors. Everybody acts. When you with your mother, you acting one way. With your friends, you acting one way, right? When you at work, you acting one way, right? It's just me. I just know how to, hone in on what I have to be in certain situations. I don't have a lot of formal training. I was trained for a couple weeks by Michael T. Williamson, who played Bubba Gump in Forrest Gump. He also played in the series 24. You've seen him everywhere. He's been in, he was in the movie ATL. Yeah. He was in Fences with Denzel Washington. And he was in New York, and he was doing Fences with Denzel Washington, and he was looking for about 5 budding actors that he would train in between rehearsals with Denzel. So ya tú sabes, and would come to the studio, and I would train with him, and I couldn't believe it. Was like, yo, talk about 6 degrees of separation. When he's done training us, he's going back to Denzel. Right. So awesome. It was amazing to work with him. Amazing, amazing teacher, taught me so much. But let me tell you, it was only a couple weeks, maybe a week or 2, if I remember correctly. I didn't spend a lot of time with him, but I'm a quick study. And I'm so grateful for the little gems that he gave me. But I'm not like Meisner and Tchaikovsky, and, you know what I mean, and Juilliard. It's all me. It's all natural. Yeah. You give me the script, you know what I mean? I go into her world, and I give her that, and I take direction well too. So it's like if I'm not giving the director what they want, and they tell me do this, then quickly it's easy for me to change. Just like when working with 50 Cent, I'm like, is there something else you need for the character? And he was like, nope, you got it. You good. I ain't got nothing. I was like, good.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Talk about pairing with somebody that's been in some iconic films. He's worked on a lot of great films. So even if it was a day, that's, those are nuggets that you're blessed to have. you know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't happen often. So, Jen, how I came across you was that I listened to the Star Report with Star, and I catch you one episode. I said, "Wow, this girl's funny." And then I noticed it's like a weekly thing now. Like you're popping up on the Star Show, and his community, they're just buck wild, by the way. But
see, but you know what?
But you don't. I'm sorry, but you don't back down, and that's why I said, "Yo, this girl, she's bad." Yo, Chris, you gotta hear her on the Star Show. She does not take shit from nobody, and it's like, yo, that's a Boricua from the Bronx. You know, that's
Listen, I am built for this. Them dudes in the chat are just visiting. I was born. I'm like Bane. Okay, you're only. I was molded by it. Okay, you're just visiting.
Nice.
But they're ruthless. So, you know, the chat is ruthless, as you know.
Yeah.
But Star likes me to call in because I can handle it. Like I'm not easily injured. I'm not easily offended. I always see it as no matter what you say about me, you don't know me, right? And I have to respect you for it to affect me.
Gotcha.
If you're just some random in the chat, you know, it's not like it's my father telling me or my mother.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, mommy, why are you saying that?" It's some rando in the chat with an avatar.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, but Chris.
But they're ruthless. Them guys are ruthless. They call me all kinds of stuff. I don't back down.
But I love her because that we're part of a dying breed. Because now everybody, you look at somebody the wrong way. Oh my God, am I finished with her? I'm gonna cancel somebody. No, you gotta stop that bullshit. So this for a young lady to have this, but you know, you're from over here. You understand?
Hello.
Yeah. So you know, but it's awesome. The first thing he told me today, he said, "Chris, this girl, you know, she's not afraid to ruffle feathers, and they go at her. She goes back at him." And I said, "That's the type of people we need."
Chris, just so you get a little understanding, she won't be on the segment like, and somebody would just like call her out because she's popular now on that show. She is so. I listen weekly, and I hear her name come up at least 3-4 times
just to try to get at her.
But to show you Star's a mother. He'll be like, somebody would say something about Jen. He'll be like, "Why don't you hold on? Let me see if I can get Jen on the line." Yo, he calls her like he hits her right on the hip and check us, "What's up? What is he saying?" It's like, "She's go." I was like,
no, he'll text me and he'll be like, "Yo, they looking for you." I'll be like, "I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm cool." Who wanted to talk to me?
Yo, no joke, man. But Jen, how did that relationship start with Star?
Oh my God, I reached out to him because back in 2017 or 18, Star was looking for a Latina co-host. Okay. So I hit him up, believe it or not, in 2022. And I was like, "Hey, I remember back in I like what you do. I like Star because he's like me. He's abrasive. He gives zero, right? Fucks. I don't know if I could curse here.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, he gives zero fucks. And I like those personalities. I'm drawn to those personalities. And I thought him and I would work well together. So I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, I know you were looking for somebody back in like 2017, 18. Now I'm doing YouTube. What's up with a collab?" And Star is hilarious because he's super, super paranoid. He was like, "Are you a man? Is it? I'm screenshot all of this. I'm recording this conversation. Are you a transgender?" I'm like, "Yeah." But it was funny. It was funny. And he said one thing that he liked about me was that I wasn't offended by his questions. I'm not soft, so I wasn't offended. I was like, "No, I'm not a man, but it'd be nice to be a man. But no, I'm not a man." And he was like, "Well, I got to be careful." And I was like, "I totally understand because nowadays people will ruin your life with a screenshot." So, you know, I respect it. And he was like, "Well, okay, well, I'm no longer looking for a co-host, but I have this show. You could call in and we'll see. We'll take it from there." And now I'm like a freaking Star regular.
No, Ma, that's a great thing, man.
Yeah.
That guy, he still pulls in a lot of traffic. Yeah. You remember when he was in New York, he had the number one slot. I think he actually beat Howard Stern at one time, 1 year with the ratings. He was doing so well in New York. So to be part of that, you know, kudos to you. That's a great accomplishment in itself.
Thank you. And I love Star. Star is so we're so similar because he can be a grade A asshole, but he means well. I'm the same way. I'm a tough love type of person. So if I'm going at you, it's because I care, right? When I'm quiet is when you got to worry like, well, she don't care. But I do a lot of tough love, and he's the same way. But he's very, very helpful. Like he'll text me out the blue, Jen, are you doing this? Check the analytics, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? He's always trying to help, not just me, but anybody in his midst. Like Star's always dropping gems. He's very, very generous with his information. And that's rare because
that's awesome.
He doesn't
exactly.
have to. He's very, very generous, very generous.
So
salute to Star.
So you touched on the YouTube thing. I know you have a popular podcast show. Everybody look at her backdrop on the block with Jen. They can catch it on YouTube. Where else is your podcast streamed?
Yeah, I'm only on YouTube right now.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm only on YouTube. I'm still building. Since being on the Star Report and this dating show, Kendra G. Since being on that, it's like I'm averaging like 100 subs a month. So now it's really picking up and blowing up. So I'm excited about that. So I have to constantly think of topics and things like that. People like my point of view or how I see things. So far, so good. And I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people and teaching and learning, right? Because I don't know everything, but I say I know what I know.
There you go.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Your podcast, even though it's gonna blow up even more after this right here, even more.
You say you were averaging 100 a month. All right, minus 99, minus 99, and that's what you're at.
Yeah, listen, I'll take it. I will take it. I'll take all the love and the hate.
So, Jen, tell us what the podcast is about. What do you cover? What are some of the things you talk about?
I cover everything from politics to gender wars to race wars. I've gotten in a lot of trouble over race and ethnicity. Everything on the celebrity gossip, all kinds of stuff. Just like similar to Star, same thing.
Gotcha. One time when I did catch you on the Star show, the Star Report show, you were talking about the Monique issue with DL Hughley, and for some reason my takeaway from that was that you were more in tune with what was going on, like you had some behind the scenes information. Is there anything you could share with us regarding that whole situation that transpired between those two comedians?
Yes. Well, my big mouth, I went on Monique's Instagram.
I love her energy, right? Chris is amazing.
Okay, and I'm like this all the time. Right?
It's amazing.
I went to Monique's Instagram with my big mouth, and I was like, I kind of broke down. I was like, dude, like you're a narcissist, right? And you only bring in the Black community when it's something that you want to get done. Other than that, you have no community work. You have no philanthropy work whatsoever. I checked, okay? I checked. There are no charities under your name. There's nothing you've ever done for the community that you keep bringing in to when you feel like you're slighted by Hollywood. And she responded to me.
Wow.
She responded to me. I'm telling you, I jig those nerves, man. I have that talent. And she responded to me, and she was basically saying, she tried to sister girl me and baby and honey, and why would you, I love you for real. I was like, you can't blow smoke up on my ass, Monique. Like I'm not that girl. So that's the insight I had to it. I just thought it was ridiculous. I don't like how she goes about her business. I think she's very unprofessional. I think she's very uncouth, and she picks and chooses when she wants to play victim. And I'm the type of person, I'm gonna tell you how it is. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to like it. But, I'm going to tell you how it is. And I tell people all the time, in the age, like you were saying, of cancel culture and people being sensitive, getting offended is a choice. It's not an obligation. If I say, I don't like how you look, walk, talk, I don't like that music, I don't like that movie, I don't like your acting, you could easily tell me, well, I don't like your acting. That's okay. That's okay, right? It is my choice whether or not I get offended. Getting offended is a choice, but now they've made it a law. And that's what I don't like. And that's why I love being in the company of Star, because we do not care. We're going to say it how it is. And I tell people all the time, you'll walk it off. When you log off, you got to get to your laundry and your pizza. You will be okay. Same as me. When I log off, I got to get to my laundry and my pizza. But, the people have attempted to cancel me, and they've taken sound bites of what I said. I've been called racist by every race. I've been called a bigot from every ethnicity, including my own. Wow. The Puerto Ricans have come after me and called me problematic. But it's just that people are not used to having other people not kiss their ass and just tell it like it is, especially in these hypersensitive times. And I'm never going to change. I'm not going to conform to the current times. I'm going to be.
God bless you.
I'm going to be how I am. And you have the choice of changing the channel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But you do not have the choice of controlling what, because now I'm being diminished, right? And at this age, when I've been like this my whole life, I didn't get to this age to start watching what I say.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what I try to. That's why I tell Lou. I said, Lou, if we go down in flames. Let me be me. Let me fly like a pelican. I want to fly like a pelican. Let me
But see, Jen, I know with you, it's not coming from a malicious place.
Right.
It's you're giving it honest, and you're giving it, there's no bias behiin it. So it's a little different. With Chris is a little malicious, so that's why I got to curb him a little bit,
Listen, and what's funny? A lot of my subscribers say, I hear this a lot. I hated you in the beginning, and now I subscribed and I like your take. And I was like, because you were conditioned to be offended. That's why you hated me in the beginning. But when I make you realize, like, I have no effect on you. All I have is an opinion. I don't affect your money, your relationship, your children. I don't affect any of that. I just have an opinion, and you let it affect you. But you know how many times I heard, I hated you, but now I think you funny. I'm like, yeah, that's how most of my subscribers story of my life.
I swear to you, I'm going to steal that from you, because I've been trying to find a way, because I get upset how sensitive people are these days. I really get upset, So what you just said is that I'm going to steal it from you. Being offended is a choice. And I'm going to make people feel stupid. Listen, it's your choice if you want to be offended. I'm going to go with that. Thank you, Jen. See, you get everything.
You're welcome. And what's funny? I always make people stand down, because people try to come at me that you're racist, and I'm like, okay, I'm racist. Now what?
Yeah.
And then there's silence. I'm like, okay, I'm racist. I'm going to be racist for you. Now what are you going to do about it? How does that affect you? I'm racist. Jen, on the block with Jen is a racist. Now what?
They only have one option. They have to sign off. There's nothing else.
So when you take that from them, you see is like, oh, I don't got nothing to say now. Okay, I'm racist. Now what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's the next move? Exactly.
That's
called checkmate.
It's like, okay, now what are you gonna do? It's like, but you have to understand the culture of social media. Everybody wants attention. Everybody's like, look at me, love me, accept me, love me. And it's funny how humans are regressing. Like, all the adults are acting like children, and the children are advanced acting like adults. It's a bizarre thing that's happening to humanity with social media, and I see it all. No,
you're not lying about that. It's so true. So tell us about some of the projects that you're currently working on that folks can look out for.
So right now on Amazon, I have the Bag Girls 2 spinning. It's called The Bag. Everybody thinks it's bad. It's not bad, B-A-D. It's bag, like a bag.
Okay.
Like, I got the bag. I'm trying to get the bag. So it's called The Bag Girls 2. And it's spinning on Amazon. And I play a Colombiana drug.
Wow.
Okay? I play a Colombian drug lord with the AK and the coke and the money and the diamonds. So I'm playing that. I can't tell you what happens at the end, but you'll see. Mano is in it.
Oh,
the rapper, he's in it. And some other people, I don't really remember who right now. Sorry to the cast, but the names that stick out is Mano. And I forgot the other girl's name. So excuse me, I gotta sneeze.
Oh my God!
There goes the monkeypox. It just came out.
God!
She just, from Vegas, a new strand.
I swear.
God bless.
I have the Bad Girls on Amazon, and then I have White People Money, which is a comedy. And I play Marina Donna, and I'm robbing a house with my partner. White People Money is a great film. It's a comedy. It's family friendly. You can watch it with your kids. And that is Barton Fitzpatrick. He's from The Shy. He plays in The
nice.
Shy.
Yes.
Okay.
and Drew's Adora, and she's the girl that played T-Boz in the TLC movie, and she's also on Housewives of Atlanta. So they're in that movie, White People Money. But I love White People Money. It was fun to do. The cast was amazing. The director was amazing.
Where's that playing at?
That's on Stars.
Okay.
And it's on a couple of different streaming networks, but I know it's playing now on Stars.
Stars, okay.
People Money is on Stars, and The Bad Girls is on Amazon.
And both of these are films or series? Films, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Wow, you're busy. Look at you.
I'm
Look at
busy.
you.
I'm trying to get busier, man. I'm trying to listen. That's why I was like, can we do 3:30, 4:30, 5:30? How it's moving all the time. So I'm trying to accommodate, everybody and everything. And I did write a series called I'm Not Angry, I'm Puerto Rican. Right?
Yes.
I love that title. That's
my mom. That's my mom and my girl.
That's everybody's mom. That's everybody's mom. So, and the good thing is, every time I tell people the title, they laugh at the title.
Oh man,
I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. So I wrote that, and I'm trying to shop that now. I have like my dream cast list. I have some Zoom meetings coming up, so we'll see what happens. It's just a story about a girl in the Bronx from my perspective, trying to connect to her roots in Puerto Rico, where it's usually the opposite. People in Puerto Rico are trying to be New York, but this is like a New York girl trying to connect to her roots in Puerto Rico, because as you know, when our families come to New York, we lose our culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
We try to assimilate with America and speak English. And it's like, no, but I want to know about the culture and the salsa and the reggaeton. So I'm going the opposite way, and I'm showing her, in the workforce, working around white people, all Afro-Latino and Black cast. So I wrote it. It's a passion project. So we'll see what happens. And
I like it already.
You have our support. We're definitely going to check it.
If you need two fat stuntmen, you could count us in.
No, Chris, one fat stunt man, another fat guy by the beach. I'll be the fat guy selling piragua. I'll be selling piraguas by the beach. Let Chris go on the stairs.
Hey, listen, I want this to be, a family affair. So you never know. You never know. It's a passion project. This is about my people, for my people. I just want to show a different aspect, because we don't all look like J-Lo and Ricky Myers.
Exactly. Listen, I'll use any excuse to go to Las Vegas. That's where we're shooting.
No, New York.
Chris, I got you. I got you on the Metro card. Chris, you're good.
How much is the Metro card now? Is it
$3?
No. $275.
It's $275.
Oh, okay.
They got me. And you could pay now. You could pay with your
debit card?
with your debit card. Yeah, you business.
Okay. See,
yeah.
Last time I was there, it was $250. I believe $250.
Yeah.
Yeah, they raise it up every 2 years.
Yeah.
Jen, you know what? I'm really I like your story in terms of you going out west and just like pursuing your dreams. Mm-hmm. For anybody listening that has, aspirations of being a writer or an actor, can you kind of like walk us through how that looks like? Like, how do you get invited to some of these rooms? How do you kind of go out and audition? Do you have an agent? Like, can you kind of like a brief summary of how you go about that?
Okay. People, I get asked that a lot. People usually don't like my answer, but here it is.
Tell them to stay home.
Because everybody is always looking for the blueprint, right? How did you do what you do? And I stress to people, everybody's journey is different. I can't tell you what I did and it's going to work for you. You know what I mean? J-Lo can't tell me what she did and it's going to work for me. So my thing is consistency and having a passion for what you do. Okay. If you have consistency and passion, that will beat any Juilliard school. Okay. Because I've been on sets with girls that have acting training up the ass. Okay. And we've been on the same exact set, but I don't take no for an answer, right? When you tell me no, what I hear is, oh, you mean you go the other way around? Because I'm getting in. If I can't get in here. So you have to be passionate with, with what you're doing. You can't take no for an answer. I do have advice about auditions. Auditions, everybody gets nervous. They get self-conscious. If you look at an audition, and this could transcend to a corporate job, this could transcend to relationships. If you're looking at the person at the other side of the table as a merger, right? Then you don't get nervous, right? When I walk into an audition, most actors walk in like, oh my God, these people gotta like me or they're not gonna hire me. I'm nervous. No, you walk in like, I need them, but they need me. It's a merger. Okay, let's be clear. Without me, they can't have a film. And then you don't have time to be nervous because you're thinking about your merger. What do I have to give these people so they can hire me? And what are they gonna do for me to wanna work with them? Look at it as a merger. You know, when I'm at auditions, a lot of people be like, you're not nervous? I don't have time to be nervous. I got bills, honey. Okay, nervous is for people who don't got bills. I got bills. So I gotta go in there and land that fucking role because I pay the bill. I don't have time to be nervous. And that's for anything. You could be going in for a corporate job and people going nervous. Oh my God, my job interview. What am I gonna? No, it's a merger. They need you and you need them. You have to have passion. You have to be consistent. It is fucking hard. It is hard. It is the thing that you love and doesn't love you back. Okay, it's not gonna love you back. You're gonna starve. You're gonna eat top ramen for a week straight. Your entire family is gonna be like, go get a fucking job. You're never gonna make it until you make it. Another thing is nobody cares. Work harder. It's true. Nobody cares about your sob story. Nobody cares about your dream. Nobody cares. People got their own shit going on. Until mommy sees you on TV, she doesn't care either. She loves you, papi. She loves you, mommy, but she really doesn't care, right? Until they see you. So stop worrying about people that don't believe in you. I see a lot of my friends don't support me. My parents don't support me. My cousins don't. Nobody cares until you make it. Nobody cares about your story or your struggle until you make it. And that's human nature. That is human nature, whether you like it or not. I don't care who you are, what family you come from. No one cares about your struggle story when? Until you make it. Then they got the biopic and it's like, oh, look at everything she went through. Now going through it, you didn't give a fuck. But now it's a story. Now it's a great movie.
That's my cousin.
Oh yeah.
In the bag too. That's my cousin. The bag girl.
That's how it is. And it's funny because that's happened to me even on a small scale already. Like I'm only on Amazon and I got cousins from like, what? I haven't heard from you in 5 years. Amazon, got him out there. I don't got no money.
Hay dinero ahí. Hay dinero.
Thinking, right? And I'm like,
préstame 20 pesos, Jen.
They're like, prima. I'm like, what are you? What aunt? I don't remember.
When you flying me out?
Yeah, but you know, everybody's journey is different. Some people go by the book. They go to acting school. They get their headshots. You know, they audition. They get an agent. I don't have an agent. I've been doing all this on my own. It's crazy. Wow. I know. But you know, going into 2023, I'm ready for an agent now, right? So, and they're gonna want me because I make money. So, you know, they're gonna want to work with me because I book gigs. But you know, I did it without an agent. But again, I've been on sets with women and men who have agents who did everything by the book. So it's like when you have the passion and consistency, it's true. Nobody can stop you. Consistency and passion beats talent and training.
You're outworking them.
Yeah, that's what she is. Yeah. She's outworking them. Now,
me personally, I'm planning this. I'm about to hit 50 soon. I'm planning to sleep my way to the top. If I die, I die.
That's another way. That's another journey.
If I die, I die.
Jen, he's shooting very low, right, Jen? He's shooting very low.
Listen, but you know what's funny? It's a joke, but that some women do that. They're like, I'm not freaking, you know what I mean? I'm not working my ass off. Who's the guy I gotta sleep with? They're working in. Who's the boss? Right? Yeah. And that happens a lot too. I mean, my first film that I was ever in, I'll give y'all a little, you know, I'll spill some beans.
Exclusive.
Because I want to use it as a lesson for young girls. Like it was 3 of us, Las Angeles, you know, Carlito's Angels. And when the film started, the director, one of the angels was his girlfriend. By the time the movie ended, 2 of the angels were his girlfriends, right? Oh. And then they were gunning for me. And I was like, no gracias. I'm okay.
Oh, wow.
Hard pass. But, you know, it was a set. Another thing for us, for you know, Latinos, when we're on set, unfortunately for us, independent filmmakers don't take it as serious as they should. So there's a lot of BS that goes on set. So make sure you're serious. Don't try to fit in and gain favor with the key. And don't show your teeth to everybody. Don't key. because you're going to set a tone for people, and that's how they're going to treat you. Right. And I walked to work to 50 Cent. I'm an attractive woman. So I'm already coming in, right, with
your guards up.
Right. Not only with my guards up, but with a flaw in a way. Even though I'm an attractive woman, it's like, oh yeah, I could hit that. I could smash that. So I got to walk in like, I'm not playing games. Where do you need me? Now in the bathroom, right? I was like, I got him. But when I walked out that bathroom, I was like, 50, are you blocking this scene right now? Or what time do you, I had the poker face, right?
Yeah.
You have to be professional on set. And I think a lot of girls get nervous and they like, let me be nice to the director and that's going to fuck you in the end. It really will. It's not a good thing.
No pun intended.
Right. No pun. Now,
it's literally gonna fuck you in the end. Yeah.
No, it's not. As women, I think we do the nervous giggle. We do the, oh my God, let me be nice so I could. No, it's so that time is over. Be professional, know your shit.
Exactly.
I will say networking is extremely important. If you want another gem, right? Even though everybody can't do everybody else's journey, networking is important. Instead of being there and being like, kiki, who's the producer on this? Who's the director on that? Are you guys working on other projects? Are you interested in me for another project? Hey, if you're not, I'm available for blah, blah, blah. Get business cards, leave your number, be personal, do more than you have to do, right? Yes. I used to be on independent sets mixing fake blood. You know what I mean? I used to be on independent sets, bringing my own wardrobe, helping with hair, like do more than you have to do. Like you're hired to do something, but be helpful. Make sure people like being around you. Like, let's call Jen because Jen's going to be on it. And that's the reputation you want to have versus.
Hey? No, hey, listen, Jen, thank you for that. Those were some really good gems. And, I know our listeners are going to appreciate that because you always hear how people they just emerge and they're like stars, but what was the journey? And to me, that's the important takeaway. And what you have kind of just demonstrated is your perseverance to keep on pushing forward and not taking no for an answer. And I think that is like the foundation to your success.
Lou, if you don't mind, I'm still going to use my nervous giggle.
It works for you, Papa. It works for you. So you mentioned that you're going to get an agent now. Are you seeing the benefits of having an agent? Because we've run across some actors that a lot of them are saying that they don't have agents and they do it themselves. But are you seeing like the pros on getting an agent versus not having one?
Yes. I want an agent because I want more work. Gotcha. And I want bigger roles. I want more important roles. I booked a gig. Cry with me. I need y'all to cry with me. Okay.
I'll try.
Because I booked a gig starring Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Faison Love, Gary Owens, written and directed by Chris Spencer. He did Husbands of Hollywood. Had the gig. I was ready to go in, and I caught the motherfucking COVID.
Oh, you
cry
with me, cry with me.
I feel for you.
Cry with me. Then let me tell you something.
All-star. That's your cast right there.
Jen,
I can see you in that. Look, I can see you in that environment.
Chris, I'm sorry, Jen. I want to keep it 100 with you. I would have faked. I would have faked it like I was fine. Hey guys, let's go. Let's shoot.
I'm not gonna lie. Mira, I tried, but here's what messed me up. I said, yo, I cannot do this. This would be my biggest role. I cannot do this, COVID or not. So I was like, I tried to lie. I was like, no, I took the test already like a week ago. And it was like, oh, but it's procedure. When you get here, just come to the tent because we're testing everybody day of. I was like,
oh, okay, fuck.
But Jen, even with that, you would have had about an hour before the results came in. You could have got your line.
I would not. What? I would have. Listen. I would have.
Run in there.
I would have embarrassed with Vicks. I put Vicks all up in them. Hey,
but you know what?
Oh,
here's the thing, right? Although it's cliche, but what's for you is for you. So absolutely. How I looked at it was whatever girl that was that they replaced me with, it was her time.
Gotcha.
It was her time, right? And you have to rationalize it that way because let me tell you, I fell into a depression after, but I was like,
you go crazy.
I was like, Jen, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Movies are getting made every day. You have a rapport now with Chris Spencer. You know what I mean? You could call him up for projects. So it's all about networking. Like your last job isn't the last job unless you're dead, right?
Exactly.
So I had to pick myself up. You know what I mean? I'm like, movies are getting, shot every day. It's cool. After that, I auditioned for a film with Kate Beckinsale and Brian Cox that shot out here in Vegas. I didn't get that role, but you know what I mean? Now I have a rapport with the director. So it's all about networking. You'd be surprised. Some people call you out the blue and be like, hey, we met about a year ago. There's a role that would be good for you. Mind you, the last 2 roles I did, those people contacted me.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good. That's good.
They saw me on social media and I didn't know them from a can of paint. And they was like, hey, we see you on social media. We have a role we think you would be good for. Wow, that's how I got my last 2 roles. So I'm like, if people were checking for me like that with an agent, I'm gonna be out the gate.
And Jen, not only that, but you got to that point where you were amongst these megastars and you were about to be. So chances are you could get there again. So
no, she's getting there. She's getting there.
She's definitely getting there. If not, she's gonna stab somebody, but she's gonna get there.
Yes. She's gonna be in the news. We just don't know how. We just gonna be in the news.
I will cut you
on the 6 train somewhere doing damage. They robbed me. They robbed me.
It was.
I have been robbed. Listen, I'm a true blue Bronx girl. Got my chain snatched twice.
Oh man.
Been arrested. Like the whole Bronx experience, and I put so much of that into my writing. It's so funny. Like the stuff I put in real things that happened in my family. I couldn't even make it up. The stuff that I wrote in the script, I couldn't make it up. People are gonna be like, that really happened? That really happened. That's my family. That really happened. So I'm hoping that, to shop it and people enjoy it and embrace it. And I'm hoping to bring something different to the TVs because all the Latin shows on TV are Mexican, right?
Yeah,
and I'm like, there's other Latinos. There's other Latinos. So we'll see what happens. I'm not taking no finance. So y'all guys already know that. So
yes, sir.
Hey, listen, Jen, man, it's been a true delight. Thank you for being so gracious with your time. Please tell our listeners and anyone listening now where they can find you, what to look out for. The floor is all yours. Go ahead, Jen.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite. I'm very, very stoked to be here. Like I said, I like being con mi gente, especialmente. You can find me on the Block with Jen on all social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Gmail as well, On the Block with Jen. My acting page, you can follow at Follow Jen Garcia. It's very easy, at Follow Jen Garcia. But if you want to kick it with me on my YouTube channel, it's On the Block with Jen on all platforms. I am there. I am there for you. Don't stalk me. I ain't looking for no mate. Mama is busy. Mama is busy.
She's only dating directors, all right? Just directors.
Right, coño.
Hey, Jen, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time, Mama. And I wish you continued success because you're gonna blow up. I'm just gonna be happy because this is gonna be one of the interviews that I interviewed her. That girl right there, I interviewed her. So
thank you so much. Thank you. I am humbled. And anytime you need me, guys, I'll be back.
Appreciate it,
God
Jen.
bless. Thank
and
you
listen,
so much.
and vice versa. Any projects you're working on that you want to plug, just send it our way. We'll make sure to put it up on our social media.
Definitely. Okay. Bye.
We're out there.
Bye.